They often say about the sport of cricket, it's a sport that is a great leveler, and nothing illustrates that better than the IPL itself. Because what was the conversation before this game started? Why do I say elsewhere, even right here in our studio, how many runs is... It's not even who's going to win, but how many runs will SRH get? What will be the score that will be scored today? Will it be a record-breaking score? Will it be 300 par? Forget about who will win or not. It was about how many runs SRH gets. But in the end, not only did SRH get a below par total, they've lost this game. And it's not even a loss. I mean, again, if it had been a loss, then it would have still brought about a discussion. It's actually a hammering, because in a T20 game, if you won with 4 overs to spare, it is a thrashing.
And that's exactly of 190.
But 190 was a way below par total. You know that in Hyderabad you had situations where 230 to 40 was looking dicey. So if you ended up getting, if you got 190 in Guwahati and you lost the game, then it was a different thing. You got 190 in Lucknow when you lost the game, it was a different thing. But 190 in Hyderabad was really a below par total, and Lucknow Super Giants doing what they, in fact, if they had not chased 190, I think it would have been shocking in a pitch like this. With that, I'll bring in my friend Shashwat, who had predicted in the mid-innings that it is going to be. I mean, I want to know the thought, that amazing cricketing thought process that you had, that you thought with 190.
One thing is for sure, that we finally have the name who's going to buy dinner.
He has to buy dinner after such a horrendous prediction.
No. See, again, they did come close. I think they...
Now your dinner is double.
No.
If in a T20 game you say with 4 overs to spare,
close, and they were...
turn off the mic or work out at that. Now, if you say with 4 overs to spare, it's a close game.
They didn't come close, but what I mean to say is that there were occasions where they...
Turn off the mic and walk out. Say anything else, but don't say it is a
They started off with picking up wickets on regular intervals, but I think Nicholas Pooran just...
They started off by picking. They lost their second wicket at the score of 120.
The first wicket they picked on time, but after that, Nicholas Pooran and those 25 deliveries that he played,
they started off by picking wickets at regular interval. If I understand cricket correctly, what does that mean?
You're 3 or 4 down without even crossing 50, 16.
Every 20 runs you're picking up wickets for the first 5 wickets. That is picking up wickets at a regular interval. At least that is my comprehension of the language of English.
This was 116 and 42.
And now you're saying like Nicholas Pooran scored run or this. Obviously somebody's going to score run. No.
Nicholas Pooran became the difference over here, according to...
But that is what happens in a game of cricket. Now somebody becomes a difference. And if somebody said that Lucknow will win, obviously it is on the basis of a Mitch Marsh or a Nicholas Pooran. If it was not Mitch Marsh, if it was some local cricketer in that batting lineup, then nobody would have picked up a 190. You pick up a team based on the batting talent they have. See, I often tell you that none of us get things right. We often get a lot of things wrong. But the best thing is, don't be GTU.
No.
Do gire to bhi tang upar. Right, it's okay. Like Siddharth predicted 300, or this will be the game, but that's okay. So now he's not going to say they did not reach 300 because today this one didn't fire, that one didn't fire, this one didn't fire. There was tukka by Prince Yadav, tukka by Shah. No, but it happened. It's a game. Anyway, thoughts about the game? Who's going to start? Siddharth.
I had said 70 runs short.
Sorry. Have everyone decided what you're going to eat for dinner?
Of course.
Think of the most expensive thing that you can think of.
I've got a whole...
The most expensive restaurant you can go to.
Yes, I've got a whole sheet of delicacies
buying us dinner.
Yeah.
You've planned it? You planned it?
Planned.
Yeah. I'm vegetarian.
So,
I've also planned.
Vegetarian cannot be expensive.
No, I've also planned.
Go to a fancy restaurant and have some very fancy vegan food. That will be...
Yes, we shall. I've got a list prepared, so don't worry.
Now.
Because I had said at the start they were 70 runs short.
I agree with you.
And
if not 70, at least 50.
Yeah. 50.
And just to make that a point, even the wickets that Lucknow are losing, it's not that it is some outstanding bowling. Yeah. They are going to manage their net run rate.
Yeah.
And if they were not doing that, then they would have come under criticism, because after you have reached 120 for 1, you can't lose the game from there. From there on, your intent has to be to finish the game as early as possible, which sometimes teams have been, guilty of not doing, because at the end of the day, when you reach that qualification thing, then net run rate comes into play. So you had to attack, like a Rishabh Pant, for example. I know that we'll talk about his thing, but he had to go for shots. Ayush Badoni had to go for shots, because you have to think of the team and where the team will end. If they had to think about their own runs, they would have done run a ball. You were ahead actually. You didn't even need run a ball. Yeah. But you had to finish the game quicker. So in that attempt, they have lost a few wickets. Otherwise, it would have been a 7-wicket win.
They are second in the points table now with this win. Yeah. They have gone to second in the points table.
Second games everybody
so
has
I think about
right
0.94 is their net run.
Yeah.
No, but that's credit to them. I'll tell you why. I know it's early days and they were still, because nobody after their bowling attack had even picked them. Forget about top 4. They were wooden spoon holders. To even be sitting at number 2.
No, do you change that prediction now?
No, not at all.
Even I won't.
You?
Yeah.
No. You anyways didn't have.
I didn't have LSG and SRH.
You said RCB. No, in the last 10th.
No, I didn't say I picked RCB in the top 4.
Did anybody pick? Who didn't pick?
I had picked DC as a wooden spoon.
Who didn't pick them as the wooden spoon holders?
I didn't pick them.
I also picked.
I picked them as 9th or 8th.
No, but same thing. Okay, hardly any difference.
Yeah. So 70 runs short. It was also undone by the fact that Nicky P doing Nicky P stuff. I mean, clean hitting. Zampa, who we thought that could have an impact, first over 19 runs gone. Game done and dusted. And Mitchell Marsh, I mean, 2 consecutive games now, he stepped up to the plate and hit 50s. He's giving an impact that is there. So Nicky P and Marsh, along with the combination of the bowlers that did earlier with Shardul Thakur, I think he's my man of the match, honestly. 4 for 34. Lucknow cantered to a win, and all those horrible memories last year, all erased in one swoop.
See, we'll get into all the things that you point out, Shardul and all that. But see, Lucknow would have won as soon as they got 190 on this pitch. Yeah. They should have. It had to be a disaster for them to lose. But my point is, see, this is where Cummins is a good captain, but today I think he's guilty of a lot of things that he could have done right. Yeah. For example, we are sitting here in the mid innings, and if we ourselves are saying that, listen, this isn't going to be a pitch where you play your spinners. In fact, we were even exploring the option, how about you not take Zampa as a impact player and go in with a seam bowler. You could have got Mulder. One. Yeah, and he was. Mulder was their option for an impact player. If we are sitting there, he goes with Zampa. I mean, again, it's an error. Fine. Yeah. Maybe he went with reputation. Maybe he went with the experience of Zampa. I understand. But today's condition did not really, tell you to go with that. You look at the bowling lineup of what happened with Lucknow Super Giants. The spinners really not coming to the party, leaking a lot of runs. You should have done that. And secondly, you've got a total which is below par. The only way you can survive is if you get early wickets or wickets at regular intervals, which they did not do. I'm the captain. I'm one of the strike bowler. I'm going to come in the 6th over. By which time Nicholas Pooran has killed it. You're going with Abhishek Sharma. First over he didn't go for many because they were trying to be careful. The 2nd over they got him. They killed him. I'm saying you've got a Pat Cummins as one of the lead bowlers. Even Harshal Patel, for that example, picks you a wicket is expensive. But I would have, wanted some of these bowlers to come to the fore and do it for me. You pick up a Nicholas Pooran early, you would do it. Who picked him up? Pat Cummins?
Cummins, yes.
If he had done that, comes in a few overs earlier, who's going to do that? So I think Pat Cummins really found wanting. And I'm not even saying it in hindsight. You can see a mid-inning show. Some calls that he took.
I think
not good enough.
But I think Nicholas, I did definitely by the scorecard, it definitely looks like that they've won the game very comfortably. But what I feel is that Nicholas Pooran being the kind of knock that he's played, that's also a reason why this is how it's looking like. But if you just take Nicholas Pooran out of the equation,
why should you take Nicholas Pooran out?
I know. I'm saying
if you're analyzing a game, you analyze the game with the players that you have.
I'm doing with that, but where I'm coming from is that I had made that prediction thinking that if a Nicholas Pooran doesn't fire, then I did not have confidence on
every game too. I will think like that yaar. If a Travis Head and this thing don't fire, then they will win. I have to take into account everything that I'm saying. If I am a team, and I'm sorry if any team has this philosophy that today let's plan a game but let's leave Nicholas Pooran out of this I'm just saying, you plan for a team. It doesn't matter. I think Pat Cummins today, when you were anyway below par total, and he said 60 runs below par, I think 60 is a bit much, 40-50. That's why I said 70-30. Otherwise, why in a game where you've been scored 190, why will anyone say 70-30? A 60-40, 55-45 would have been a thing. Because on this pitch, it is below par. Now my chance is, I know I'm below par. If I'm the captain, I'm below par. What do? I go with my big guns first up. Who knows? Today, I have to get that Nicholas Pooran, like he wants to eliminate Nicholas Pooran out, then eliminate him by getting him out. How do I eliminate him by getting him out? I, as the captain, have to take the responsibility. I am the experienced bowler.
Yeah.
Who's going to get me that wicket of a Nicholas Pooran? I had to. He did get a Nicholas Pooran out. And dare I say, Cummins came even closer earlier. There was an inside edge that Nicholas Pooran played that came very close to his stump. He could have got him out earlier. But for that, Pat Cummins needs to take the responsibility and eliminate him. No, if you want to win the game. Again, the way you look at it, let's say Nicholas Pooran was out early. I still think it was a below par total. I don't think a Badoni or a Rishabh Pant would have batted the way they would have.
Yeah.
Then you maximize your thing. At least that's how cricket is played. You can't say that, okay, I'm going to look at the team and I'm going to remove 2 batters from one particular team, and then I will see that I'm going to look at a Gujarat Titan doing well, but I'm going to eliminate Josh Butler. So it was Josh Butler who's done that thing, and I'm going to do it today.
When did that plan totally unravel? When Mohammad Shami bowled those 5 wides to Nicholas Pooran. Down the leg side, remember, he tried to get some in-swing, but it went so far down the leg side. After that, we all know that Shami can be your enforcer against the left-hander. When that didn't work, Cummins didn't have a plan B. The way how Nicholas Pooran, anyway, even if he had a plan A, a plan B, a plan C or a plan D, I don't think anything would have worked against Nicholas Pooran. That was a mood that he was in, because he knew they are 40, 50 runs or 60 runs under par. I'm just going to go for the strokes.
The only one who made him look uncomfortable was
Cummins.
Pat Cummins.
Yep.
But why would
But he came
the
60 runs too late.
The other bowlers also did not sort of execute their plan. I think bowling was also a little average. Nicholas Pooran, again, he also made the bowling look very average, but I think other plans could have been utilized.
But see, this is what has happened on this ground previously. I agree that they could have done better, but I'm saying this is the one thing that you take into account when you're playing in Hyderabad. Now we've seen it the last season, we've seen it this season. You can have the best bowling attack and then they get hammered, and that's exactly what happened in SRH's first game as well.
The problem with this Sunrisers Hyderabad team, okay, they have based their philosophy on a heavy batting thing, okay. If we get a good pitch, we have to hit 240, 250, because we know that it is 10, 20 runs over par. But here, their bowling is clueless when it is under 200. What you'll do then? Which is why SRH's policy, which is very extreme, it can work some days. It worked like a charm for them in 2024. Maybe they'll get some conditions in Delhi, they'll get some conditions maybe in Kolkata, they may get some conditions in Ahmedabad. But whether it will be a success like it was in 2024, it's no longer guaranteed. The bowlers will want to work them out.
But with the team selection also, I feel one spinner they are lacking. Just in one quality spinner in Adam Zampa. With him, I think he needs the support of Rahul Chahar as well.
But not on this pitch. Not on this pitch.
Yeah.
Not on this pitch. No other team.
Spinners make batters uncomfortable on any pitch.
No, please, sir. You look at the scorecard. And by the way, see the previous game, first game as well.
Yeah,
Forget that. You look at Lucknow Super Giants. Okay, they themselves
82 runs on 8 overs.
They also rely on their spinners, but they realize that today maybe it will be the day for the fast bowlers, which is why you've had a situation where all fast bowlers have ended up bowling their entire quota. They in the previous match they had another spinner alongside
Manimaran Siddharth.
See, that's what I'm saying. Not only that. See, now I'm just saying Shahbaz and Manimaran Siddharth were there in the previous game.
Yeah.
Why is it the Lucknow team dropped them? Because they knew that this is the ground. So if every team is reading it like that, including a Sunrisers Hyderabad, including a Lucknow Super Giants, which is a visiting team.
Venues.
Other venues, I agree.
I was talking about other venues.
This venue, though, you cannot. I mean,
I'm saying I was talking about the point that Sidvi sir was saying that they don't have a plan B to defend a 200 total. I think that is going to happen on occasions.
What are you going to do this venue? This venue, you're not going to do spinners. Correct.
I think it basically brought me the memories of a different game, a different situation, although a high pressure situation, but pretty much the same thing. IPL 2013 final, Mumbai Indians versus CSK. Mumbai Indians were terribly under par, 148 for 9. And at that time, you used to basically you used Lasith Malinga in the middle in the death overs, but then
You
what
had a
did
Mitchell
Rohit Sharma do?
Johnson.
You had Mitchell Johnson and Lasith Malinga opening the innings. They got the early wickets of CSK, and that was one of the major reasons why MI went on to win their maiden title. I think this is where Pat Cummins actually missed the trick. Had he maybe opened the bowling, had he opened the bowling alongside Mohammad Shami or maybe a Harshal Patel there, you never know.
He's concerned about his bowling depth also. See, there is a very dark underbelly when it comes to their bowling.
They basically don't have a death bowling. That's the point.
I think he's so used to Australia where he knows that Hazelwood and Stark will bowl. I'll only come first change. So, but he needs to realize there's no Hazelwood and Stark here. Today,
But then
sir,
who will be
you have
bowling
to
in the
pick up
depth with him? With him, there's just
Arre,
Harshal
death
Patel.
तो you will reach before the death. Your death will be done with Nicholas Pooran. The death you reach, Harshal would have bowled, whoever would have bowled. But right now, see, I agree. See, death comes when you know you're going the full distance. So I start thinking, what do I do? Here, if you are saying the game is with Nicholas Pooran and he's the one, then I need Nicholas Pooran.
that's
Okay,
true,
one over with Abhishek. Okay, experiment. I'll agree. What if he gets you? It's not happened, boss. I have to step up. I have to go. Maybe Shami also after 1 over I remove. I have to go. He actually looked like their best bowler. But then you allowed them to go.
Their lack of a proper frontline spinner and no backup to Harshal in the death is what is going to kill them.
Their backup to Harshal in the death is Pat Cummins. I think either they need a new bowler or a death inning
Cummins
bowler. Because
isn't
Cummins
a
can't be
death overs.
bowling 8 overs.
Plus also
Cummins isn't a death overs bowler.
Get a death over
He's allowed to
specialist.
bowl 8 overs. Then he can.
Plus, I think they are still not
It's allowed
sure
in
how to
T10.
use Simarjeet Singh. Whether to use him with the new ball or in the middle overs or the death overs. I think I even read a quote there. I think someone from their coaching staff said that they are still figuring out how to use Simarjeet Singh.
Then
The
that
best way
is
to use him is up top.
that is panic signals then. If you haven't figured out how, and see now SRH will also have to adjust to the fact that, boss, we have been bowling on highways. What do we do if our batting doesn't turn up? It's not going to be the case like 2024. Please let us not assume that there will be a repeat of 2024. Teams would have figured them out.
But on that front, let's address the batting, because truth be told, we are analyzing Sunrisers Hyderabad's bowling, but truth be told, they lost it by the halfway stage because of their batting. Yes, what we are discussing is maybe with that total, could they have done a few things differently and given themselves a chance? Surely they could have. That's in hindsight. But the fact of the matter is, today they lost the game because they didn't get the total they should have on this pitch. Okay, now let's try and address the problem. What do you think is wrong with the SRH's batting? Now, Siddharth feels that they are going to be found out more often than not. I have a feeling that this probably is their worst day, and I'm only talking about good pitches. On good pitches, good batting pitches, which you will get in Hyderabad, which you will get in Wankhede, which you will probably get at the Eden Gardens. So I'm talking about those pitches. I think SRH, 90% of the remaining games in these good batting pitches, where I don't know how many they're playing in others, but at least, whatever, they've got about 5 more games to go at home, including few in these good scoring venues. I think they will get that above par total. I think they will more often than not get this kind of failure is not going to be there every time, because everyone's not going to fail. Where their batting will have a problem is when they play on tricky conditions. Chepauk or Lucknow or wherever else. That will be their test, whether they can then find that, mid-gear, something that Quinton de Kock showed. See, it's not that they don't have the batting to do that. I think a head can play that sort of an inning. He's not just a bang-bang cricketer. He's done it even in the highest format in test. So he's a sensible cricketer. He can play a Quinton-like knock, provided. So it's not that every game on a tricky pitch they're going to lose. So I think Sunrisers batting will do. This was a rare failure, and I don't see them falling apart like it happened today.
No, even I don't see that. It's even I agree with the fact that on good surfaces like Eden and maybe any of the, even at Kotla also for that matter, Arun Jaitley
Wankhede.
Wankhede. They will get those
Bengaluru.
Chinnaswamy. The only
That you mentioned, Arun Jaitley Stadium.
The only worry is, I don't think that this SRH batting has a plan B. Obviously, they want to come out all guns blazing, hit the ball, hit from ball one. The only thing is that some of the franchises, some of the teams, like maybe CSK there, even MI for that matter, they're very street smart. They are very well balanced with their plans also. So they would also know that if they can take out head Abhishek Sharma and Henrik Klaasen early, then 50 or 60% of the game is going to be in their bag.
These is also the 50 or 60% of the batting lineup SRH has. That's also things
That's the point.
No, but then
that's what separates street smart teams from the other teams.
No. But I was all because people pointed out that last year 2 games they didn't have great. So yeah, those 2 games and 1/3 game out of the 18 games, that the kind of approach they are playing, I don't think they need a plan B. This is the all plan that you need in T20 cricket, and that's why we have been looking forward to it, because they have lost today and we have to analyze it, and I think we are just over analyzing it.
You don't have to analyze.
No, I'm saying it. People.
Back up and
No. I'm saying generally, in general, people will analyze it because they have lost the game. Because we do the post-mortem of the game as well. That's why it will look like this today. But on most of the occasions, I think that with this batting approach, they will have bad days, and I'm okay with it. I said it in the previous game also that with this batting, even the Indian team, I've said the same thing. The kind of approach the Indian team also has, you will have days like this where you will fall quite short of what you have been aiming for, and that's absolutely fine. You don't need a plan A, because the whole problem in T20 cricket that was with India as well was that they were going back to their plan B. They were not sticking, they were not going all in. If you're 4 down, 5 down, you want to stick to this approach only. That's what you want from T20 teams, and that's exactly what they do. But it can't be successful 100% of the times. 90% it will be, and I think that's more than enough.
See, the point is that you talk about Quinton de Kock. Yesterday he scored 97 of 61. Quinton de Kock is very much capable of scoring 97 of 41 balls also, but he read the situation very well. When you talk about
and he won his team the game.
Yeah, and he won his team the game also. You talk about Sunrisers Hyderabad, they might, this batting lineup might just win them the games in Wankhede, Arun Jaitley Stadium, and even at Eden Gardens also.
And at their home as well.
Even at their home.
So these are already more than 10 games.
Surfaces,
they've lost one today, no?
They have. Then like that too, the nature of their loss, I don't think it happened in 2024 also.
One they have lost, still 6 to go.
See,
and 4 or 5 outside.
On tricky surfaces, can an Abhishek Sharma score 97
That's
of 61?
A different topic. That's
the point.
No, Gulati.
But I agree with your point. But I'm just saying, why can't their team also have a plan B on rare days? Right. Most of the time you have to bat aggressively. That's the template in T20 cricket. We all enjoy it. That's the future. But I'm saying they do have the personnel to have plan B. And you don't need the entire batting lineup to do that. For example, as I said, I think Travis Head, because he's an all-format batter, ODI cricket requires a very different template.
Same with Ishan
It's
Kishan.
not that he's not done that. So they have a Travis Head to do it. Ishan Kishan has played in ODI and various other form. Nitish Reddy has a test match 100 also.
Yeah.
He can be an aggressive batter. He has a test match 100 where you need to change gears and look at situations. So it's not that they don't have the personnel. Yes, they may have a Abhishek Sharma who can go berserk, or a Klaasen who can go berserk, or an Aniket Verma who we saw today go berserk. Yes, but I think you need 2-3 players who can play on a very rare day, not all the time. And we love SRH for the approach that they have. But on a rare day, if a win is needed to be carved, for example, they were batting in Guwahati, chasing 170. I think they have the personnel to do it. And on that occasion, maybe you'll see a plan B from them. We don't know.
Just to get back to Gulati sir's point, I think there are 2 things over here. Firstly, I feel that plan B is required. You are saying that can they play on a slightly sluggish track like this or not? That is something else. These conditions weren't sluggish. These were, you need to go for those maximum runs, and that could have only come if you went with this approach. If they would have gone in the shell, I don't think they would have reached to 190 as well. When it comes to playing
He didn't say about these conditions.
No.
He only said for tricky conditions.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
never
talking.
said that.
Yeah, I'm coming to normal. No, so I think a plan B is needed only over there where you have
He
to
said
assess
that.
the conditions. Yeah,
He said
So
plan
last
B
year
only
when
for
they-
those conditions.
Last year when they played Chennai in the qualifier too, they managed to get 175 on the board. So I think that was playing to the conditions, and then
So which means they can.
yeah, exactly.
They
So
can.
in that game also, Chennai Super Kings fell short by 30 odd runs in that game. No, it wasn't against Chennai. It was
RR, qualifier 2.
Yeah, but the game was in Chennai. So I feel that they can do. But in these conditions where 190 was already so less, even after 5 wickets, if they would not have gone with the same approach.
No, he never said that.
No, I'm talking about.
But nobody made that point. Nobody has said that in this condition they need to have a plan B. He said when there are tough conditions on a given day, do they have a plan B?
Yeah.
And to which we made a point that yes, on
I only talk
tricky
There are
about
3-4
conditions,
guys
they
who
have-
can do it.
Ekana, Chepok.
Yeah.
He only
These
spoke
are the
about
There
conditions
they
I
can
spoke
do
about,
that. Yeah.
But he never said that in
No,
this
but
game.
over here, like you suggested, that maybe they should have gone little bit. The 2-3 batters should have stayed there.
I never did.
So-
Nobody did.
Then what wrong did they do in today's batting approach?
Nobody said they did anything wrong.
I think it was more about having matchups, and that's what Rishabh Pant and LSG had
In
very
fact,
well in
I,
place.
to the extent, said that this is a very rare failure. They will never have a failure like this. Nobody said that they should change their approach. I think you didn't
Just
hear.
after one game, they won't change the approach. See, if they maintain the approach, as I say, they have an extreme philosophy. They'll fail also. The chances are high. It didn't happen last year. Could happen this year because I don't think you'll get the same conditions like what you're seeing. Maybe in Delhi, maybe in Mumbai. I don't know. It may change. It may change in Kolkata also. With all the talk about the pitch and all that. If you want to blunt SRH's batting, you have to deliver them rather tricky conditions.
They will lose games. It's like last season also they lost games.
Yeah.
But as I said, these days, like where their batting is responsible for their loss will be very rare. Majority of the days where they lose will be their bowling, where they get a good total, but their bowling ends up leaking enough runs and they end up losing. And I mean, I didn't pick them in my top 4 precisely for this reason, though it was a very close call between GT and SRH, and anyone could have made the top 4. But I think that bowling leaking runs was the main reason. But as I said again, I don't think they'll have too many failures like this in batting on good pitches. Okay, a word on Nicky P.
I think first of all, the best thing that LSG have done is provided him the best batting position. Number
100%
three.
agree.
This is one of the brilliant things that LSG have actually done.
Can I be honest? This is like sometimes we say a brilliant decision when you end up doing something which no one expected. Then it becomes a brilliant decision. Actually, what they've done
This is a common sense.
is the common sense decision. It's looking good because last season they lost their common sense. And when in fact, in our studio, we kept screaming, what is Nicholas Pooran being sent at number 5 only to face 30 balls? What is Mr. Langer doing? If you take out all our shows from last time, I think this is a discussion. What are you doing? What they've done now is gone back to basic cricketing sense, giving your best batter the most amount of delivery.
I don't think they've done it deliberately. The batter who was playing in that place has now gone to Punjab. No, otherwise, no big surprise.
They could have
or
done,
is it the captain who's
they could have done what you had been suggesting, Pant to open, then someone else comes down. They could have done what other people wanted, Badoni to come at 3. They could have found a way. They would have got, Pant to open, by which somebody else then comes down at number 3 in Makram then will come at number 3, Badoni at number 4, and then Nicholas Pooran. And that's exactly what they were doing last time. Finding a way to push Nicholas Pooran to that position. Thankfully,
I mean, there is no longer a muddle order that is there in the LSG middle order. Nicholas Pooran can destroy pace, can destroy spin
as well.
The total package, when you look at it, and 70 of 26. He looked good to have the second fastest IPL century in history. He looked good at that point because he was not going to break Gale's record of 30 balls that he hit, that 175-66. But in 2 matches alone, just 2 games, 56 balls, 145.
Orange cap. He has the orange cap already.
And Shardul has the purple.
Purple. LSG are dominating.
And you
at
said
this
that
point.
they'll come last.
I said it or you said it?
I to said it. I'm sticking. No, I said RCB.
See, it is still
You said
only,
RCB?
Yeah. And
it is still only 2 games, okay? You lost the previous game in the last over with 1 wicket to go. Here you've beaten SRH comprehensively.
Yeah.
So that is why Nicky P has ensured that there is no muddle order. 1, he can, if you get him in the power play, you've had it. Because even in that Delhi Capitals game, he made everybody look clueless.
Muddle is there at the top.
Only with one. You saw that this LSG batting lineup is superb.
Yeah.
When you look at it.
It's being managed well as well, I think.
It is. Nicky P, I've said, I don't want to add it. I don't know how many times I've said it. Best T20 batter on the planet. If you remember, we were in our dugout today when we were previewing this game, and there was a discussion about, the SRH batting order. I said, if you compare number of sixes of Travis Sheikh together,
It's not even close.
And they won't get. I think Nicky P will beat them, and I think it is.
It is double. Double the number of sixes.
So it is exactly that Nicky P has done. So
Nicky P though.
He is the best batter, and as Siddharth also pointed out, correctly batting at the right position. Now, while Nicky P is having a time of his life and he's doing what it is because he's been given that role, any thoughts on Rishabh Pant? It's been 2 games. And why? I know 2 games is too early. You will, of course, judge him through the season. But why now? After every game, it's coming up because you know that wicketkeeper batting slot we keep talking about. He's not helping his cause. Huh?
That price tag is also going to be a killer. He's still 12 behind. He's only scored 15 runs, but he's 27 crores. 27 at this point. He's not even gone past 27.
No, but Rishabh Pant again, I think he knew it was going to happen, and it's not like he was underpaid before this. So I don't think the money I don't think is the factor that's playing. But he's
like
going.
People like you on the outside who keeps putting this money.
I don't think
pressure,
I think he. In fact, I feel that he would be thinking that he's got less. That's what he would have been thinking. No big deal. He might be thinking that. Because 30 is what every one of us predicted. He went for 20.
Can you name...
No, I predicted less than 27.
But I think 130 was a number that was...
Okay.
30 was a number that was being...
Prior to this season, can you name anybody of the high impact buys who have gone well past 15 crore and have had an outstanding IPL?
Nicholas Pooran, 16 crores LSG.
There you go.
Only one.
In the middle at that.
That's the first name that
Did Stark have a good IPL? 24.75.
last game
Maxwell,
only.
Yuvraj,
Only
nobody
last
ever.
Pat Cummins still had a good IPL.
Only for
20.75.
captaincy, but not for bowling, not for his main forte.
Ishan Kishan never 15 points.
Stokes
Chris
never.
Morris
so many
Chris
times.
Morris never.
Yeah.
Huh?
Maxwell.
Sam Curran.
Yuvraj.
18.5.
18.5. Yeah.
Okay.
Yuvraj.
Never did. Okay. I don't
What was
know.
his name? Left arm spinner. Played India also after that. Pawan Negi.
Pawan Negi, Jaydev Unadkat.
Yeah.
12 and 11 crores. Prior to that, they had excellent IPLs. But when you look at it, there is a reason. That price tag weighs very, very heavy. Of course, I've just given out a whole list of players.
But that doesn't prove that that's happening because of the price that
It is. Every time when Stark failed, 24.75. Wasn't that number highlighted every single time?
Highlighted, but I don't.
So I'm also highlighting that only.
I'm telling you, Rishabh Pant, that this I can assure you after the auction, he would have been unhappy with the amount he got. He would have expected
Why
much
do you say
more.
that?
Because again, 30 was the number that most of the people were talking about. That 30 crore.
No, but that is something that we or
Yeah,
maybe the fans would
you
have been
think
talking
he-
about. But then why he would have been disappointed?
He asked for private jets to go for auctions. You're saying 30 crore, he would not be happy with that.
way.
You're saying that 20, he left, he knew that 30 crore is coming. That didn't come his way. But again, he's going, it's the same path that KL Rahul took a few years, and Rishabh Pant is following that. And he's not doing
Don't say
anything.
that. At least his batting, we want him.
He's not justifying his talent
he's
because
good.
Yeah, that
of looking
I-
at captaincy.
He showed glimpses with that 1-6 that he hit of Simarjeet. Last year he had dismantled Venkatesh
But that
Iyer.
was in his zone.
Yeah.
He loves this.
Exactly.
area.
On the pads, he love it. Bowl him outside off stump in T20Is, he is having a problem.
Far away from him.
Today, see, full toss, but it was outside off. He tried to hit it out of Uppal, got it to short third man. It wasn't a no ball.
By the way, what do you make of that no ball call?
I think he was outside of the crease. He was still upright when he didn't jump or anything. So
I'm actually liking this technology.
Yeah.
It's pretty
Yeah,
good
yeah.
because a lot of times batters, what happens with the naked eye is when the batter is really out of the crease, you don't realize, and you just look at where it is, and outside the crease, it did look like it could be a waist high no ball. But actually, when you measure it from the crease, why I like it is because you're penalizing the batter.
Yeah.
If you are taking advantage, the bowler always gets penalized for everything. So
Correct.
I like the fact that they've got this technology, and also sometimes see again in the naked eye it can happen to umpires where you're bending while hitting. You don't take that into consideration. You think, "Arey upar hi tha," you give it. This is looking at your position, which is measured before the game, at
yes.
the crease, everything. I'm liking.
You know, the one
Good use of technology.
who tested that, it was by millimeters. Virat Kohli in that RCB KKR game, the green jersey game, 1 run which they lost by. It really went viral.
Why does it happen with Virat? These controversial.
Harshit Rana was the bowler.
Harshit Rana was the bowler, yes. It was like, it had to happen to Virat. Technology at this point in time.
Okay, one word on this young kid, Aniket Verma. He came highly, touted as a player to look out for. He also made it to our list, Sports Today's top 10 youngsters to look out for, and he is performing that way. I mean, young kid at a higher stage than he's ever played at. I loved his confidence. Team in trouble, yet came out all guns blazing, swinging it back.
Thank you to Madhya Pradesh Premier League for...
I would say that, thank you to SRH for having that match simulation on March 15th, because had he not scored those runs, there's a good chance that SRH might have gone with either Vian Mulder or Ishan Malinga for that matter, and maybe altered their combination. So it's great that he got those runs.
48 of 18 balls.
But it is not surprising.
Today also he scored 5 sixes.
It isn't surprising, because if you had noticed his performances in the Madhya Pradesh Premier League, playing for Malwa Falcons,
MPPL,
123 of 41. That was the game that propelled him into the big league, and he had hit about 280 runs.
Did he make your list of India Today feature of players to watch out for?
No.
Oh, he should have.
It was vetoed. You vetoed it.
I only vetoed. No, because
we don't know. Look.
No, we didn't go for just outrageous selection. It had to be.
No, but he looks very.
And also we had to pick.
No, but had I been there, I would have definitely gone.
No, see, it made our Sports Today's list.
It did. So,
and in fact, if I remember, he and me were fighting who's going to take the name. He said, I'm taking it. I said, okay, you take it. I'll take something.
So 280 plus runs at just 205 balls in MPPL. He has been one of the cleanest hitters in that. And that is why his franchisee kind of did very well in that. So that's why Madhya Pradesh Premier League, thank you for unearthing a gem like Aniket.
Plugging Madhya Pradesh Premier League.
Then I will plug in Delhi Premier League also. All of them have come from Delhi Premier League.
Plug Sonnet also.
No, chalo Delhi Premier League. Digvesh Rathi.
What did I say?
Simarjeet, Delhi Premier League.
What did I say yesterday? In that Delhi Capitals was Delhi.
Listen to what Pawan is saying. He's saying Simarjeet today, don't highlight him now.
I'm saying he was also come from there.
In the opening game, I had said Delhi Capitals versus Delhi Super Giants.
Yeah, I remember.
Okay, it was not an IPL game, it was a DPL game. East Delhi versus West Delhi. Okay, it wasn't an IPL game. So I've already given Delhi all the credit that they had to get. That's the only credit they'll get in IPL 2025.
But Aniket Verma looks very confident with his shots.
He was after
premeditating the shots.
36 or 13 was very disappointed. Got out.
Last game also he was looking very. He was. I think he was talking to Ishan Kishan while he was batting in the last game, where it looked like that he's the senior player over there between the two.
All his shots, when you look at it, have been sixes. 6 sixes so far in this IPL and all his, because I think in the game against RR he hit a 6 and then he got out after that. Abhinav Manohar so far in 2 games hasn't done well.
That's what I wanted to ask all of you, that is he a worry for SRH as of now, or do you see SRH backing him?
No,
they'll back him.
It's just early days. And see, these ones aren't coming with that sort of reputation. Rishabh will come under scrutiny because of the name that he is, the price tag and so on and so forth. But not so much the younger players.
Not Abhinav, not Sai Sudarshan, not Sai Kishore.
Sai to at least scored.
Had a good game.
Both Sai scored. One scored, one took wickets.
But what is Rishabh Pant doing wrong? Because I personally feel it's just the captaincy that's playing on his mind, and I think that's not the right way to go about it. It's about being aspirational about your captaincy rather than your batting. And everybody starts playing that I play one day. It's not about I become captain one day. That's the second thought you get. So going after your second thought, leaving your first one is not.
See, we've spoken a lot about him, and at the risk of being repetitive, I told you that that's at least what I picked up earlier. Because when you were saying he's going to open, I knew he's not. Because of what I picked up. Because he likes to be in control of the team. There's nothing wrong about it. I'll tell you one thing. You will see and notice this game, and I know this, that he is his own captain. He does not like too much interference from the outside, no matter what. You see the support staff of Lucknow coming with feedback. You see Rishabh.
Yeah.
See him. He will take the call. He will decide in the center. You may come out from the outside and say, okay, last over, bowl Shardul Thakur. He will say no.
Yeah.
Shabazz. So you can come and say it in the, let's say you have a dugout. Everyone, coach, assistant coach, okay. What is it? Coach will say, Shardul, he'll do it for you. Okay. You'll go back to the field. He'll throw the ball. Shabazz.
No, all of that is...
So what happens with that? I'm just saying, so when you take that responsibility, which is good, I like it, because at the end of the day, it's his neck on the line, right? We're going to be judging his captaincy. And what happens with that is, you sometimes are so consumed by everything around you and decision making that affects your batting. It's happened in the past. I'll give you another example of the same thing happened to Shubman in his first season at Gujarat. Same thing happened to him, because you will see that season before that he was outstanding.
890 runs.
Okay, no burden of captaincy. But you see what has happened this time. He has accepted that was an issue. So he's saying this time, while the team is batting, he's not going to be thinking about captaincy. He's made that distinction, and Ashish Nehra has played a pivotal role in doing that, where he said, when you're batting, forget about captaincy or whatever, or what the target is, or what the total should be, who's going to come out at number 3 once you're out 4, left hand, right hand, forget it. Those calls we'll take. While you're batting, you're not the captain. So in a sense, they've divided the captaincy. Batting captaincy will be done by whoever, the coach or whatever. You don't have to worry about batting order, who bats, what is the target to get. Yeah, those things are discussed in the pre-match, but not during the game. Forget it. We'll take that. Once you go onto the field, you're the captain. All your decisions, you're going to be doing it. Now, there is a clear distinction there, whether it can happen with Rishabh or not. It's also, by the way, personality thing. Like some people can, I'm just saying in life also, right? I mean, if you're living in a hostel with 6 people, one will be in what is the AC temperature. He said, I don't care, whatever you decide, 5. But one person will want, no, I want it exactly at this temperature or whatever. It's not that, he's trying to be, or he's trying to play hardball. It's just that personality is such that he would like a fixed temperature, and the rest of the guy, like, I don't care, whatever it is, we'll carry on. It's that.
That's absolutely perfect, I think, and that's a very big reason why people are really appreciative of his captaincy as well on the field.
He was a very, by the way, very good. The 2 games, Rishabh Pant, the captain, has been outstanding.
Yeah, he's been a great captain, and I think that's why everybody likes his captaincy as well. But that coming on your batting, I think, because at the end of the day, when you're a captain, you're as a package over there, right? You're also a batter who has to contribute for the team, and also a captain. I think both is 50-50. But if one thing is getting affected because of the other, that means that, again, that also I think raises questions on his captaincy itself, because that on occasions might end up hurting his team as well, because he's not able to express himself fully as a batter. Because why I wanted him to open, another reason, if he wants to control the game as well, that can be done up top as well. But for that, his game is not suitable to control the game in a way that he wants to control it. If he wants to control it, he can absolutely bat it number 3, 4, 5, bat it even 5, that's also fine. But then play the game that is suited to him. He can absolutely destroy, dominate, and still control the game.
No, that's why I'm saying, I don't want to. This we've spoken in the past 100 times. That he needs to be, not this season, last season, that he has to play like the Rishabh Pant of pre-captaincy era, where he was very aggressive. But that's not happening. That's what I'm saying.
He's just harming his chances for
he needs to get that. But now on the subject of him being, and as I said, the standout reason for the result that we've got is the poor batting by SRH. But let's not undermine the bowling performance of Lucknow Super Giants. Let's spend some time talking about their bowling performance, because here was the team that was unanimous. Whether you picked him as wooden spoon holders or 2nd or 8th or 5th or whatever, I think what you were unanimous about, everyone, was that they've got the weakest bowling attack, especially when 4 of their frontline fast bowlers are out. For them to put up a performance like this, I think is praiseworthy. Credit must even go to Zahir Khan. I think he must have had a big role to play, and his experience, and he himself was quite a wily old fox in terms of strategizing what to do, and you can see that effect, and you need a mentor like that. I think it's working out great deal. Shardul Thakur, the most shocking unsold player of the IPL auction, is showing what
in the history.
In the history, I don't know, I'll have to go through. But this auction, though, we had said that the most shocking.
It is Gale. He went unsold, he came back.
But he came back, yeah. But Shardul
Thakur
Thakur.
in the same auction, na, still. Pure to. Preeti.
Gale 2011-12.
Yeah, he went unsold, but he came in the same thing. Same as Shardul. Shardul went unsold, but came back. But that's what I'm trying to say. Like a bowler like Shardul, okay, fine. He may not be at the peak of his power. He leaks runs. But the kind of bowlers that get picked by IPL teams in the auction, so many of them I know have not had a decent season for so long. And here's a player who's played at the highest level. He's played Test cricket. He's played ODI cricket, T20 cricket. He's a wicket taker. All the time he can't be a wicket taker because of Tukka. Yeah. He must have skills to do that. He had a good season with Chennai Super Kings as well. Maybe not the same form, but I'm sure with so many bowlers that got picked, he's ahead of 10-15 bowlers that I can think of that went in the auction. He should have been picked. At least that's a great answer. Everyone loves an underdog story. And Prince Yadav, what a story.
Yep, got the big wicket of Travis Head.
And even, ran out Henrik Klassen.
And with Prince Yadav, again, as I say, it's not just, okay, one-off good game. you see him closely, he's got all the skills.
Yeah.
He can really crank it up with a quick one. He has the slower ball. He can use the bouncer really well. At such a young, inexperienced age, at this level, to be performing. Now that bowling attack does not look as bad. Still not the best bowling attack. Still one of the weakest.
Decent,
but now you're not going to be like, "Arey, this bowling attack." I think they punched way
Prince
above
has
them.
shades of Mohit Sharma.
No,
when you look
more
at
than
it when he
Mohit Sharma,
started.
Mohammad Siraj.
No, but
he's
at least
really
he has more
looks-
pace than Mohit Sharma.
But he already has more skill than
Mohit could have cranked it to 140
Siraj in
also.
early days.
skill.
Yeah.
See, Siraj with a scrambled ball going across.
He didn't
would
have a
pick up,
good
and he
slower
would
delivery,
trouble.
Mohammad
Yeah,
Siraj.
this guy has slower.
His action is very similar to
Action maybe. I'm talking
Mohammad
about skill
Siraj.
level. Yeah.
Skill level he has definitely.
Already showing.
Kind of same team as Rishabh Pant and
First I
DPL
thought,
as well.
bowlers who like look up in the sky.
I mean, Shivam Mavi.
Mavi. I was just Mavi time. It's not ideal. No, coaches say what are you doing? You need to be looking at the batsman all the time. Yet with that, executes his
Shivam, Suyash. Now this guy.
He comes from the
Suyash
same
also.
team as Rishabh Pant in DPL. Both of them same franchise.
That's why EC must have seen something in him.
No, but he himself played just one game.
No, but must be seeing his team.
Which one? Not Delhi.
No, Purani Delhi.
Purani Delhi.
Must be seeing what all he's good at. And see, this is how you pick up a young talent. By the way, when you're talking about Lucknow, whatever said and done, word out to their support staff and see why they've got players from Delhi. They've got a Vijay Dahiya. They've
yes.
got this thing. Rajat Bhatia in their thing.
course.
Now these are players. See more than maybe Rishabh. These are players who are involved in the grassroots of Delhi. They know exactly who's doing at what time. When which is the bowler to watch out for. And through that they have got. It's not just Sonnet that needs to
Rajat
be complimented,
Bhatia is the most underrated gem that we have ever had.
No, he was very good.
He was
not
brilliant.
never underrated.
No, he was didn't get the due he deserved.
Yeah.
I think he was a very
Probably
good.
should have played for India in the T20I format.
KKR became a formidable unit because of Rajat Bhatia.
No, he's right. He would see he scored runs,
Shardul
crucial
Thakur,
runs.
less like Shardul Thakur.
No, better batter than Shardul.
Yeah, better batter than
And
Shardul
bowling, so he was like
Slowest of the
slowest of the
Shardul
slow.
Thakur is just a little quicker, but their method was the
Little
same.
quicker.
Quite
Shardul
very
can
good.
crank it to 135,
130, he used to bowl 112,
He could
120.
even bowl at 100.
Yeah.
And also had a very important role to play to neutralize the fight between Gambhir and
Yes. 2013. Rajat Bhatia is the most underrated player that Delhi has produced. Very unlucky to have not played for India.
More, I think. There would be more. We'll just have to think.
There is also Mithun Manas.
Mithun Manas, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you look at it, the
Yuvraj Singh once praised Mithun Manas.
Mithun Manas was a
very good.
veteran.
very sharp.
Very
For
good.
Delhi, he's played so much cricket.
We played a match against ONGC. He used to play for ONGC. What a knock he played. We were fielding at that time. The top order collapse, which included Virender Sehwag, got out pretty early. But Mithun Manas then controlled the full innings. Very well. Good batter. I mean, of course, you've seen it on TV, but when you really play a game and you see him up close, you realize. Doesn't panic, calm, collective.
I mean, in the early 2000s, before 2006, if there were only 2-3 names that we remember, one is Sehwag, Gambhir, and the other is Mithun Manas. Regular.
Really?
Yeah, regular in the Ranji Trophy.
But nowadays, I was talking to Sir as well before. Just lots of players in the shortest format are coming from Delhi. There are too many players now, and that's because of the ecosystem Delhi has around it. All these we have seen. Abhishek Sharma comes and plays in Gurgaon because the level of corporate cricket over there has gone so high that all these players are regularly playing T20 cricket over there, and those are proper. Like almost same conditions. The balls, the wickets are very similar. Dew factor is very similar.
Yeah.
The intensity of the games, the level of the tournaments are very similar to lots of tournaments that are played before the IPL. So because of that, many players from Delhi are now coming in the shortest format.
True. Good stuff, Lucknow Super Giants with the bowling. Well done.
Yes.
They are number 2, you said in the
Yeah.
past.
Yeah.
That still
RCB
does
is
not
one.
convince me that they make the top 4, but
Delhi is
punching
RCB,
above their
yeah.
weight.
Delhi is because
sixth.
they won by very close margin. That's why the NRR is not.
somehow they
These
won.
are early days, really,
yeah.
not to bother.
But already
too much about
Madhya
the
Pradesh
points
is
table.
making a big impact.
Delhi
Rajat
is playing
Patidar,
Keep fighting
Ashutosh
Madhya
Sharma.
Pradesh, Delhi. Madhya Pradesh, Delhi.
Yes.
सिर्फ एक ही नाम सुना है
India.
अभी in IPL season states. That's
Okay,
it.
let's quickly get down to some question. Medan Shroff from the UK says, I stand corrected. Wow, LSG, that was clinical. Yes, I'm sure many will join you in being corrected today.
Yeah.
Medan once again says early days, but I find it amusing that the two teams you guys picked for last place are in first and second.
Yeah.
In jest, of course.
Of course.
That's true. Good point, Medansh. We like it.
Yeah.
But as I said, early days.
Yeah. Arjun John from the US is saying, Nikki
Who's
P.
last, sorry, on the points table?
I think it's RR.
RR.
They've lost two now.
They lost 2 losses now. Yes.
Yeah, RR it is.
RR. Arjun John from the US is saying, Nikki P, the best T20 batter in the world, across leagues all over the world, season after season, the most consistent and destructive. +1.
Couldn't disagree. Arjun,
Yep.
you're bang on.
Oh, Sarah's back after a long time. India fast bowlers get exposed after Bumrah goes. Is it?
See, no, I think the next best in line at the moment is Arshdeep.
Yeah.
I think for India, I agree, Bumrah unmatched, but Arshdeep is that other bowler, been so consistent. Others have come up, Siraj was that bowler. Harshit is also coming up, so I mean, he could be, but I don't want to get ahead of myself because same thing happened with a Siraj or a Prasidh Krishna at one time. We were very excited with, what is the new bunch of bowlers that will be doing it for India. Harshal Patel was being looked at, went to the World Cup as well, but then you've had a bit of a collapse. So right now there's Bumrah and there's Arshdeep. 2 guaranteed. Yes, Harshit is that third guy.
Yes. Dave is saying, what a huge upset. SRH was ultra aggressiveness and that backfired. Bowling weak. Zahir effect is showing SRH could have scored 230 today, but absolutely Zach in so many ways.
230 would have been game on.
Yeah.
That was in Delhi also at one point.
Yeah, but he was Zach, the captain for Delhi, now was pretty good.
We finished 8th.
No. I'm saying
Tactically, he was quite
tactically
good.
he was very good. I still remember that, and because it was the first time I really saw him as a captain, and there was really good. But Delhi at that time was also rather disorganized.
One of the worst years. One of the worst years.
13
and I
to
think that
18.
had a lot to do with the environment of the team rather than the person.
Nobody knew a team like Delhi existed, apart from few hundred fans.
Yeah, from 12 to 18, those are your worst years, if I'm not mistaken. 11 to 18.
Don't remind. Every year IPL I was to wait that it should end as soon as possible.
You should change your team.
No. That I was never ready to do. No. I never switch. I'll never switch.
Very good.
Yeah.
Good fan. Good one.
Okay, the new Trafford. Wow.
That's a good name.
तहजीब सिखाएंगे, अदब से हराएंगे. Well done, LSG. Revenge taken. SRH needs 230 plus to win. Tomorrow, RCB will defeat and ransack CSK. Wait and watch it. I mean, for 17 years, you have not won. Better win.
Never, that's
now.
what I was saying. They've not. When did they last win?
2008.
Rematch.
That was when.
No, last time didn't they win a game?
Yeah,
RCB?
Chepok.
That was Chinnaswamy.
Oh, you're saying in Chepok, yeah.
Chepok. It's I
Chepok
can't
you
remember.
can't
See,
them.
when they won, and since then, Facebook and other social media have come, the world has moved from 3G
You are
to 5G.
supporting CSK now.
I don't know. I mean, let the better team win. Our record is
But
meant to be
CSK is
broken.
your team. We would
You don't have to
this
support
discussion.
any team. Which team is winning? Let the better team win. So even we know. Yeah.
I think CSK will win it.
100%.
Because
I also
Chepok
think.
here.
100% though.
99.
Yeah.
No, not 99. Of course, it will be like if I had to pick, and RCB is also a good team, but I'll go 65-35 in CSK's favor.
Rituraj
Being at
is
home.
pretty fired up with what happened last time.
I'm liking New Trafford with his name and other comments, but not in this.
New
Handshake.
Trafford.
Will they handshake? Will there be a handshake tomorrow?
Hope so. Last time, remember, Dhoni was waiting at the boundary and they didn't shake hands.
Oh,
And Dhoni broke the TV also apparently.
No, that is
That
is not
False
true.
news.
According to reports.
That's not true.
I'm just going by what an international cricketer said on a podcast.
Yeah.
So I'm trusting him.
He broke the TV. Wow.
Okay, Rakesh Bhushan has a comment that DS said plan A, B is redundant. We have seen what a young Ishan Kishan did to Jofra Archer.
And today
SRH
SRH
bowlers, when batters are in murderous mood, they have to simply bowl their quota of overs. All plans go for toss.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we were also saying. Nikki P in that kind of mood, any plan might not have worked. Also, that is the thing. Vishal Panchal from the US. We make fun of Pakistan pitches and we make highways. I think SRH good enough to play on a normal pitch. Little contest of bat and ball is good for cricket. I mean, yes, last year that hashtag did trend, justice for bowlers, and we also said, why are we going the Pakistan way?
But I agree with that. I think SRH has a team that they don't necessarily need these kind of pitches. They'll do well in good pitches also, because their bowling attack on paper isn't that bad. Once you prepare pitches like this, then like even now I'll say between LSG and SRH, I like the look of the SRH bowling attack. But if their batters underperform today, so boom, you've lost.
That's what Ashish Dhar is saying. SRH got distracted by 300 par.
Because of Siddharth. He has been going on about 300. He is saying... Thank God he does not have a mic.
Yeah.
It would have gotten caught.
But Ashish Dhar is also saying MS was victim to a wrong replay in test against West Indies. Did happen in that St. Kitts test match where he was going after...
2011?
No. 2006.
When Kumble was the king of...
Yeah, when I don't remember that left arm spinner who he was hitting for sixes. I think that was the wrong replay that we are looking at. 6. That left arm spinner. Dave Mohammad.
No, you're saying with Dhoni.
So Dhoni, when he was going for the sixes.
Dave Mohammad was the
Dave
bowler.
Mohammad, left arm.
He has a left arm spinner. Lara was captain. I was at the ground,
Yeah.
I was at the ground.
So why did he argue? Was it on a catch taken and a wrong replay was shown?
So what had happened was, the catch was taken and they came face to face. He was a young kid at that time, MS Dhoni. Lara was captain. And Lara, what happened was he hit that. And the umpire could not really make out whether the fielder had touched the boundary line or not. And so the umpire did not give out. But the fielder came and said that I have not touched the ground. So Lara told MS that, for you, the word of the fielder should be good enough.
Yeah.
If the fielder has said he's not touched the ground because, he knows exactly, then you as a batter should just walk off. And that's what, cricket was played like that in those days, where you said, the fielder says, no, I'm clean, I've taken it, batsman takes it and walks out. MS did not walk. MS said, I'll wait for the umpire. If the umpire tells me to walk, I'll walk. If he's not giving me out. So there was this confrontation that happened. But I'll give credit to Lara. I've forgotten the incident now because I was talking to him about it. And he was talking about a game against Australia and I've forgotten the details. And it was a similar thing where there was a catch which the Australians had grounded off Lara. But the fielder came and said, no, I've taken it clean. And Lara just walked out. He said, I walked. He said, I knew it touched it, but the fielder says he's clean.
But that's what used to happen, like you also mentioned.
So my point is,
2008.
He practiced what he preached. So in his belief, it was the fielder says he's taken it clean, and he himself walked.
That was the rule at those
Not
days.
rule, no.
It was an agreement by the captains.
It's just an understanding. It's person to person. You can't really force a batter to go unless the umpire has given it out. And in this case, it was a bit of new school versus old school philosophy where, because Lara himself used to do it, he said, my fielder saying he's got it clean, you walk off. And Dhoni did not. So
But the umpires also took the word of the fielder only.
No. They didn't.
The umpire said that it's inconclusive. So benefit goes to the batter.
Also, it wasn't like that the benefit goes to the fielder.
No.
It was, the rule was not like that. Benefit went to the batter. So umpire did not give out because it was inconclusive. But in Lara's book, which was the case, that if the fielder says it's out, the batter should just walk.
Prior to 2008, that was the rule. Captains had a pre-series agreement that
again, it wasn't a rule. It is just a understanding. You can't force. So I don't think Dhoni was wrong not to walk because he followed the rule. And I don't think Lara was wrong because he believed in this.
But we all know which test match changes the entire thing of taking the fielder's word and also the pre-season. Monkey Gate. That changed the whole thing.
There was one more incident.
If I had that pact, I wouldn't have it against Australia.
Of course.
I would say with you guys, no pact.
No pact,
With other teams, West Indies.
New Zealand and all, we have the gentlemanly pact.
There was also one more incident involving Kevin Peterson and MS Dhoni. 2011, when England toured India for an ODI series, Delhi ODI.
Oh, yeah.
Similar case, Kevin Peterson asks Dhoni that did you catch it? Dhoni says yes. And he just walks.
That's fine. That's clean. That's clean. He asked the fielder. Okay. I love mutton biryani. I've taken your feedback. Thank you. And I'll convey it. No one got cereal.
WPL is great. Felt like old IPL with equal games. Oh.
what he's trying to say, it's an interesting point. Where now IPL you're only going to get bang cricket, and WPL you got some contest. Actually, you're right.
Okay.
There were some nail biters there.
Right. Okay, Ashish, I'll take Rashika Raju, but
That's why, I
Fidel Edwards no ball in 2011.
Acha, sorry, because you were talking about the spinner. So
Spinner, that was also confrontation.
That's why I got a bit confused.
which one was that? Sorry.
I think that was maybe the second test that he's talking about.
Jamaica.
Yes.
Second test of Jamaica
Yes.
2011. Okay, there was a no ball wrong replay in that. I think yes, there was a wrong replay.
It wasn't the ball that was correct.
I think it was a previous delivery or something.
Correctly remember 100% of it, but like I have a few visuals.
But there were two. Then there are two decisions. Then that's it. Oops, what happened?
It's okay.
Yeah, we have to take Rashika Rajput's comment. That was the only thing missing.
No problem. So I can't remember that particular.
I do remember that because I think I did ball by ball comps in that.
Okay.
So yeah. Rashika Rajput from Canada saying
had predicted a super over.
no, not happening. I saw Mohammad Azharuddin stand in stadium. It's okay. This disrespected stands like
Why are you
Sachin.
reading the full thing? Saw Mohammad Azharuddin stand in the stadium.
It's
It's
kind
kind of a new low. Acha.
Yeah.
I thought new look.
No, that's why.
This disrespected stands like Sachin and Gavaskar. What if Pakistan makes Salim Malik stand in Lahore? Will us media won't criticize it? Just to see the Mohammad Azharuddin incident. BCCI took a call and banned him for life. That was BCCI's thing. But let's not forget that he went to court and won the case. Now legally. There is
tainted.
nothing really that you can do or any sort of action you can take against him. In fact, he was later part of the BCCI as well, the same BCCI that you're saying, by being elected as president of Hyderabad Cricket Association.
Yes.
So he even led that. Forget that. He even fought a Lok Sabha election and was elected in that. So if he can be a lawmaker of the country, then this is a minor thing.
Yeah.
I think for all of this, you need to do a deeper... if a court of law has given him a clean sheet, you and I can't be passing a judgment.
Yes.
You have to abide by the law of the land. And I think if there is a problem, then that problem exists with our law. Then that needs to be dealt with. If he has been given a clean sheet, he deserves the right to live a regular life and be present wherever. Yes, if you had found him guilty, you could have punished him by whichever law, but and it's not even the case of what happened in Mohammad Amir's case or whatever, where they served their sentence. And I think after they have served their sentence, they are allowed to get back into society they did. But in Azhar's case, he did not even get a sentence because he was never found guilty.
Yes.
I know that there are lacunas in our law which cause that, but you do with what's available, right? So
he was given a clean sheet because basically the clean sheet was that there can be no case on him, and that was because there were no specific rules for match fixing. In that sense, was he given a clean sheet that, and in that clean sheet meant that he wasn't part of anything like
anything that you say on this is conjecture. I can't say anything with what you're asking. I can't say black or white because at the end of the day, that's not passed. The fact of the matter is, it's not rules, it's the law. So there's a huge difference between rules and law. In a law book, there exists no law for match fixing. It is tried under cheating.
Yes.
And then there is no scope there then to pronounce a judgment on a player. Now for that you need to correct the law book. Now whether that law existed, now that's what I'm saying is conjecture. Whether that law existed and he was found guilty, I don't know.
Yeah.
So can't comment on that before someone.
Because Salim Malik,
me.
I think he never got away. He was not pardoned by any court of the law in Pakistan. So that's why that remained. But apart from that, Amir, Asif, but they all served their sentences and they are commentating and doing some things on cricket also.
Yeah, but in Azhar's case, there was never a pronouncement of judgment. So how do you know what the truth is?
Correct.
I mean, I may have a personal opinion, but I'm not at the liberty of sharing that personal opinion.
Yeah.
Right? Unless I'm served a legal notice after giving my...
Let's not even get there. So Rashika Rajput again is saying, I think Pant is wasted at lower order. He should open with Marsh and Markram can play middle. Pant game style suits field rushing, give him 5 games.
Can I be honest? I'll answer the second part. You can answer the first part. Markram should...
Yes, please.
And Shamar Joseph, but in place of whom? Everybody has done well.
Whatever you do, but...
Markram 2-3 seasons now he's
play Arshin Kulkarni.
Get an Arshin.
Play 3 foreigners, do it.
KKR once played with 2 foreigners and yet they did well.
Now to the other part.
Pant game style suits field restrictions. Give him 5 games.
No, nobody has to give him 5 games. He can decide.
Yeah.
But he has to take that
He
call.
has to. He has to.
Yeah. Who is anyone to give him 5 games?
Yep.
Okay. Seems like Pant seems like a rookie between Marsh and Pooran. High time for him to perform as a batter. Okay.
Yep.
Fitpong makes a comment.
Priyanshu, yes, LSG should drop Markram and open with Pant. Pant is clueless in middle overs. Ouch. Can utilize the power play and this allows to play Shamar Joseph. Can LSG somehow get Matt Henry?
Matt Henry is already injured.
He's injured. He can't. So he's out of the ODI series that has been played in Pakistan and New Zealand.
And he hasn't been picked by obviously.
No. He's injured. He can't come in. So that's why. So, and okay, go up. Have you taken that? Nikhil never supports SRH. Priyanshu Das as a complaint.
I was the one who picked SRH as my title winners 2 seasons. And they disappoint me. Yeah, ask yaar. Come on yaar. Please don't say things if you just joined our platform now. Shivam, our producer, will tell you. Yeah, take out old videos also. Where I has to pick them. They disappoint me. This year, I don't think they have a team to do it. Or maybe I've been twice bitten, twice shy.
Yeah. Siddharth is asking you, Nikhil, are you going to cover El Clasico Mumbai? Xavi, Rivaldo, Puyol, Figo,
These
Pepe.
guys don't give me chutti. Otherwise, I'm not going to cover. I would have gone and watched.
When is it?
It's on 6th, I think. If I'm not
6th April is what day? It must be a weekend.
Yeah,
See,
You're off for
he's
the
allowing me. If Siddharth allows me, I will go.
Yeah.
I take a chutti and go and watch.
Yeah.
But it hurts
My
our
favorite players.
But it hurts our top.
Next weekend.
Yeah.
Then too. Yeah.
But it hurts that our top cities still don't have a dedicated football stadium. What about Salt Lake in Kolkata?
Yeah.
Aren't see when
Jawaharlal Nehru.
No, that's not a
No.
football stadium. It's an athletic stadium. We have a football stadium in Delhi. It's called
Ambedkar
I
Stadium.
was saying Subruto.
Put the mic down.
Yeah, I agree with Mumbai. Mumbai doesn't have a good football stadium. That I agree with. But otherwise,
They have that. No, they have that. Cooperage.
Cooperage, yes, of course, Cooperage. But for a capacity crowd, Cooperage I think is not equipped.
capacity,
Because see, Goa, all the
No,
grounds-
Furtado.
Furtado's
Yeah, they have.
because
they have.
Dempo Salgaonkar
No,
derbies.
Goa
I mean,
has. Of course they have.
Yeah. Kerala, the Kochi Stadium.
Yeah, but I think they shared it with cricket.
Kochi.
Yeah,
yes.
they shared it with. It's the
Or-
Nehru Stadium.
Yeah, but haven't they then
share
have
it.
a separate? That's why they did
No,
Greenfields.
no.
So that's why now Kochi will only host football.
Maybe
for
now,
Kerala
because
Blasters
at
and ISL.
I've covered games there, but they
Yeah.
used to be shared between cricket and football.
Yeah. So Bengaluru has Kantivira. So I don't agree with that. So that for capacity wise, yes, only Salt Lake and when you look at Kochi, that is the only places for football. But apart from that,
Salt Lake is called Yuva Bharati Kridangana.
Kridangana, yes. Yuva Bharati Kridangana.
Awesome, freaking awesome says RCB won 5 out of 13 games in Chepauk. 4 out of their 5 victories came when they batted first. Ashwin needs just 1 wicket to become 4th highest wicket taker in the IPL after Chahal, Chawla and Bravo. Thank you so much for those comments. Freaking awesome. Mohit wants to know, will Markram get another game?
No.
Yes.
No, will he get? No, not your choice. What
Yes,
do you
he
think
will.
will happen?
Yeah, he will.
He will.
He will.
Yes.
Yeah. So everyone thinks it.
He will,
Can
he
we
will,
go
he
down,
will.
please?
Yes, that's the thing.
Okay. Sports Warrior says, check what has happened. Okay, I will. Sports Warrior, I will. Not now.
Fatorda.
Sorry,
not
Animesh.
Fotarda.
Yes, stand corrected.
Yeah.
Stand corrected. You are right. Okay. Vaibhav.
Taragi is saying,
Taragi,
give it to Cummins. His body language is like, जो भी हो जाए खेलेंगे तो ऐसे ही.
Play in similar fashion,
Yeah, we'll
even
play in
if we
similar.
lose. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, I mean that's a good philosophy to have, but it will hurt them later on also.
Let's see.
Let's go up. I think there is okay. The Gemini LSG only depending on Nicholas Pooran at batting, which is going to cost them key matches or crunch games. See, Mitchell Marsh is doing well.
So as of now, he's doing well. That's the same.
Okay. Shubham Garg was the same thing, Shashwat, for you. Your predictions.
I've read it.
Okay, on that note, shall we?
Yeah, Shashwat is treating us to a big
Dinner. Yeah.
Yes.
Today we have to leave early.
Yeah.
Shashwat.
Actually, I'm after the life.
What?
Tell you after the life.
You have somewhere to go.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. Give your card.
Yeah,
Give your
that
card.
I'll
And share the
online.
pin and
We don't
everything.
have- We don't need you.
Yeah.
We need your debit card or credit
Online.
card or
Credit card, I'll give him the credit card. He
give
can
him.
Swipe it.
है ना, if you
course.
have somewhere to go, that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So
Okay, we've got some
Shivam
memes.
Giri. Okay.
Acha, Shivam Giri segment. Sorry, we're not saying bye-bye. Shivam Giri is here.
Shivam Giri. Unsold in auction, came as replacement, took 6 wickets in 6 overs. Just Lord doing Lord things.
Absolutely, agree. Nothing more to add.
Nothing more.
क्या यार पंत सैड करा दिया. ओहो. Come on यार. हैकर है भाई, हैकर.
Of course, Nicky P 70 of 26.
हैकर तो है. You know, interestingly, the last game, these two teams, you know what happened?
I know. That
This time, different mood. This time,
different mood, yeah. Goenka to Pooran after he dropped the catch, but won the match. एक बार मेरा दिमाग गर्म हो गया ना, तो ठंडा भी फटाफट हो जाता है. This is from आवारा पागल दीवाना. Yeah. निकोलस पूरन की बैटिंग देखकर काव्या मरण. निकोलस पूरन स्ट्राइकिंग at 300 plus एंड मुझे घर जाना है.
This is from
Gully boy. No, Razi or
Razi,
Gully boy?
Razi,
Razi,
Razi.
yes.
Not Gully boy.
No.
Don't mess with the film expert.
Everyone is silencer until real one arrives.
Ah, that is true.
Nicky P, यार.
असल हम what is this? I don't know. नहीं.
No.
No guns and all on our program.
Yes.
I'm anti-gun. Okay, guys, take care.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye. Tomorrow is the Kaveri Derby. CSK
Big
versus
match
RCB.
after a week-long gap.
Huh? All matches are big in
This
IPL.
one is being.
Why
we're waiting
DC
for this.
LSG wasn't it big for you?
No, for me it was. I'm saying as for the fan, everybody's building up towards that game now.
Of course. At Chepauk, it's going to be CSK versus RCB tomorrow. The Kaveri Derby, we'll be back with all of that. So do check out the match highlights. Do check out the match report. That's going to come up on Sports Today. So from all of us here, it's good night, Nandri, Vanakkam, Shubhratri, Shabba Khair. Eat your vegetables.
And don't trouble your mother.
Stay safe and subscribe to Sports Today.